In a magnificent mansion that resonated with an eerie silence, a wealthy couple stood on the brink of an unimaginable journey, welcoming triplets into their lives, each born without the ability to hear or speak. This extraordinary narrative unfolds not just the depths of parental love, but also the unexpected pathways to understanding and connection that emerge in the face of adversity. Imagine the shock and heartache as dreams of a lively family life were suddenly eclipsed by uncertainty and isolation. A delicate silver key, a treasured family heirloom, symbolizes hope and the potential for unlocking new ways to communicate, reminding us that even in the darkest moments, light can emerge from the most unexpected places. As we peel back the layers of this family's story, we witness the remarkable resilience of the human spirit and the transformative power of compassion. With emotions running high, the couple grapples with their fears and the limitations of conventional approaches to disabilities. Enter Clara, the devoted nanny whose own past struggles shape her determination to help the triplets thrive. Her bond with the children becomes a beacon of hope. But will she be able to navigate the resistance from a family hesitant to embrace unconventional methods? The daunting challenge that awaits will leave everyone in awe and spark a journey of discovery that challenges perceptions and ignites change. This story is not merely about overcoming obstacles. It's about the profound connections that can arise when we take the time to truly listen and care for one another. As we delve into this remarkable tale, we invite you to reflect on your own relationships. How often do we miss the chance to connect with those around us? Stay with us as we unravel the layers of this family's extraordinary experience, where love and understanding forge a new path. In the opulent halls of a sprawling mansion, where every corner echoed with the promise of wealth and success, a mother found herself engulfed in an emotional storm that threatened to tear her world apart. The devastating news that her triplets were born unable to hear and speak struck her like a bolt of lightning, leaving her grappling with confusion, despair, and an overwhelming sense of loss. As she wandered through the lavish rooms adorned with priceless art and exquisite decor, the stark contrast between the grandiosity of her surroundings and the silence enveloping her children became painfully evident. How could something so heartbreaking occur in a life that seemed flawless from the outside? This question lingered in the air, heavy with uncertainty. This mother, once filled with dreams of a harmonious family life, now faced the reality of raising 3 children who would navigate the world without the gifts of sound and speech. In the days that followed, she found herself lost in a whirlwind of emotions: anger, guilt, and sadness. Each cry from her children echoed in her heart, a painful reminder of the dreams she had for them, now overshadowed by the daunting challenges of their disabilities. She recalled the moments of joy during her pregnancy, the anticipation of welcoming 3 little lives into a world she hoped would be filled with laughter and love. But now, as she watched her triplets, each uniquely beautiful in their own way, struggle to communicate, she felt a profound sense of helplessness. What did it truly mean to be a mother when her children could not express their needs or share their thoughts? Have you ever felt that sense of helplessness, watching someone you love battle with something you cannot change? Despite her initial despair, a flicker of determination ignited within her. She knew she had to seek help, to find a way to support her children in this silent world. The mansion, once a symbol of her success, began to feel like a gilded cage, isolating her from the outside world. She reached out to experts, therapists, and specialists, desperately hoping to find answers that would unlock the door to communication for her triplets. Yet, with each consultation, disappointment followed. The suggested methods felt rigid and uninspired, and progress remained painfully slow. Frustration mounted as she pondered why the world seemed so unprepared to embrace the uniqueness of her children. What if there were alternatives that could lead to breakthroughs? She often contemplated this, feeling a growing urgency to find a path that resonated with her family's needs. Amidst her struggles, a compassionate figure entered their lives, Clara, the nanny. Clara was not just a caretaker, she brought warmth and understanding, a much-needed presence in the somber atmosphere of the mansion. With her own past wounds and a deep-seated vow to help children thrive, Clara quickly formed a bond with the triplets. She saw beyond their disabilities, recognizing their unique personalities and the potential that lay within them. Clara's approach was refreshingly different. She believed in the power of connection through love and empathy, rather than the constraints of traditional methods. As she engaged with the children, she encouraged them to explore the world around them, using touch, visuals, and gestures to foster communication. This was the first glimpse of hope for the mother, who watched as Clara dedicated herself to nurturing the triplet spirits. Could this be the breakthrough that her family so desperately needed? However, the mother faced pushback from the household, particularly from the butler, who was steeped in the family's fears and traditional views. The butler often questioned Clara's unconventional methods, insisting they adhere to established practices. Tension grew within the mansion, as the mother felt torn between the conflicting approaches of Clara and the expectations imposed by those around her. Clara's methods, though promising, were met with skepticism, and the mother found herself at a crossroads. Should she trust her instincts and support Clara, or yield to the pressure of maintaining a facade of normalcy in their lives? What would you do in her position? In a moment of clarity, the mother decided to take a leap of faith. She recognized that the conventional methods had not worked, and that embracing Clara's innovative approach could potentially lead her family toward a brighter future. It was a choice that promised not just to change the lives of her triplets, but also to redefine her understanding of motherhood. As she opened her heart to this new possibility, the once silent mansion began to resonate with the sounds of hope, laughter, and love, illuminating a path forward that was as challenging as it was beautiful. Clara's unwavering belief in her triplets became the driving force behind her determination to explore innovative therapies that could unlock new avenues for communication. The silver key, a cherished heirloom passed down through generations, transformed into a powerful symbol of hope for her, a reminder that even in the most challenging circumstances, new paths could be forged. As she held the key tightly, a surge of determination coursed through her, preparing her to face the hurdles ahead. One quiet afternoon, with the mother's cautious yet hopeful approval, Clara orchestrated a tactile intervention that would change everything. Utilizing the silver key, they engaged the triplets in a vibrant sensory experience, filled with touch and color, creating an environment that felt safe and inviting. The results were nothing short of astonishing. For the very first time, the triplets responded with laughter and joy, their eyes sparkling as they engaged with each other and with Clara. This unexpected breakthrough left their mother in awe. What once seemed impossible had transformed into a reality right before her eyes. It marked a moment of profound change, a glimpse into a future filled with connection and understanding. Have you ever encountered a moment that shifted your entire perspective? As days turned into weeks, the mother began to witness the profound impact of Clara's unique approach. The triplets started to communicate in their own special ways, expressing their thoughts and feelings through gestures and expressions. The mansion, which had once echoed with despair, now resonated with laughter and warmth. The mother's heart swelled with pride as she watched her children blossom, their spirits unchained by the limitations that had once felt insurmountable. This journey served as a testament to the incredible power of love, perseverance, and the willingness to embrace the unconventional. Eventually, the mother found herself reflecting on the transformative journey they had taken as a family. The systemic failures of traditional approaches became glaringly apparent, and she recognized how her own fears had stifled her children's development. This realization marked a pivotal moment for her, a shift from outrage to responsibility. In a heartfelt acknowledgment of Clara's dedication, she publicly recognized the significance of embracing new methods, launching a plan that celebrated Clara's contributions and restored her dignity within the household. The once cold and isolated mansion evolved into a nurturing haven where understanding and compassion flourished. Ultimately, the silver key became more than just an object. It symbolized the potential to unlock connections that went beyond words. The mother learned that through listening and nurturing, profound relationships could blossom, especially when faced with challenges. As laughter filled their home, she understood that the most beautiful gifts often come from the most unexpected places. The moral of this heartfelt journey emphasizes the importance of care and attention, serving as a reminder that every individual deserves the chance to be heard and understood. If you found inspiration in this story, we would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Feel free to subscribe for more tales that celebrate resilience and love in the face of adversity. Within the heart of the sprawling mansion, Clara's presence began to weave a gentle magic, gradually transforming the atmosphere that had once been thick with despair and uncertainty. The triplets, who had previously existed in silence, found comfort in her nurturing spirit and gentle touch. Clara understood that her role extended far beyond caregiving. It was about forging connections that transcended verbal communication. As days went by, she introduced simple sign language to the children, her hands moving gracefully in the air like whispers of hope. What do you think it feels like to communicate in ways we never thought possible? With each gesture, Clara unveiled a world brimming with possibilities. She made a point of catching the children's eyes, ensuring they remained engaged, and each small victory filled her heart with joy. The triplets started to respond not only to her signs, but also to the love that emanated from her very being. Their laughter, though silent, sparkled in their eyes, a delightful reminder that connection could exist even without spoken words. Clara's commitment softened the edges of the parents' anxieties, allowing them to glimpse a different reality, one where their children could thrive in their unique ways. Have you ever witnessed a moment where all barriers seemed to dissolve, replaced by pure understanding? As Clara grew closer to the triplets, she began to see flashes of their distinct personalities. Oliver, the eldest, possessed a curious mind that constantly sought out new experiences, while Mia, the middle child, exuded an infectious joy that could illuminate the darkest corners of the mansion. Then there was little Sam, whose quiet demeanor concealed a depth of sensitivity that often went unnoticed. Each child, in their own unique way, started to reflect the beauty of their individuality, and Clara wholeheartedly embraced this diversity. She often pondered how society sometimes overlooks the potential within those who are different, and her heart ached for a world where every child could be celebrated for who they truly are. However, the mansion's oppressive atmosphere lingered, serving as a constant reminder of the challenges that lay ahead. The parents, still grappling with their fears, hesitated to fully embrace Clara's unconventional methods. They found themselves caught in a web of expectations, torn between their hopes for their children and the limitations imposed by societal norms. Clara recognized this internal struggle and gently encouraged them to reconsider their perspective. "What if," she asked softly one evening, "we view this not as a limitation, but as an opportunity for growth?" Her words lingered in the air, presenting a challenge that resonated within their minds. Gradually, the mother began to question her own beliefs, reflecting on how fear had clouded her vision. The father, too, found himself captivated by Clara's unyielding faith in the children's potential. They started to observe the interactions between Clara and the triplets, witnessing the enchanting connections that blossomed beyond language. It felt as if Clara had unlocked a door to a hidden realm, revealing the intricate tapestry of communication that existed in the silence. One fateful afternoon, Clara felt a surge of determination. While searching through an old trunk, she discovered a delicate silver key that had been passed down through generations. Intrigued, she felt an inexplicable connection to this heirloom, sensing it held a significance far beyond its physical form. This key became a powerful symbol of the family's journey, reminding them of the doors they could open together. Clara envisioned a creative way to use it as a bridge between the triplets and their parents, believing that by incorporating this key into their learning, they could uncover new avenues of connection. Inviting the triplets to join her in a cozy corner of the mansion, she introduced the silver key as a magical object, a tool that could unlock their voices in ways they had never dreamed possible. As she guided them through imaginative exercises, each twist and turn of the key sparked their curiosity and creativity. The children began to express themselves through gestures and expressions, their imaginations soaring in ways that words had once hindered. The parents, who had initially approached the situation with skepticism, watched in awe as their children began to flourish under Clara's guidance. They saw the joy in Oliver's eyes as he mimicked the turning of the key, representing his desire to explore the world beyond the mansion's walls. They marveled at Mia's laughter, a silent melody that filled the air, and at Sam's thoughtful expressions as he crafted tales of bravery and adventure. Clara's approach was not merely about teaching, it was about empowering the triplets to find their voices within the silence that surrounded them. However, as Clara's methods began to show promise, the family's butler grew increasingly resistant. He represented the old guard, clinging to traditional beliefs about how children with disabilities should be treated. His skepticism turned into hostility as he questioned Clara's unconventional methods, insisting that the children needed to adhere to conventional therapies. In a tense confrontation, he challenged Clara, saying, "These children need structure, not fantasy. You're leading them astray." Clara felt the weight of his words, but stood her ground. "What if the structure they need is one that allows them to be themselves?" she replied, her voice steady yet gentle. This confrontation brought the parents' fears to the forefront. They found themselves torn between the comfort of the familiar and the allure of the unknown, struggling to redefine their understanding of what their children could truly achieve. In that pivotal moment, Clara realized that the key was more than just a physical object. It symbolized the unlocking of potential within each family member. It served as a call to embrace vulnerability, to step into the unknown, and to trust that love and understanding could pave the way for transformation. This confrontation ignited a spark of courage within the parents, allowing them to see Clara not just as a caregiver, but as an ally, someone who believed in the power of possibility when others only saw limitations. As days turned into weeks, Clara's dedication bore fruit. The parents began to engage in the sessions, encouraged by their children's newfound enthusiasm. They witnessed firsthand the beauty of connection blossoming through Clara's innovative methods. The mansion, once echoing with despair, gradually filled with laughter and love, a testament to the transformative power of a compassionate caregiver. Ultimately, Clara's journey was not solely about unlocking communication for the triplets. It was also about unlocking the hearts of their parents. The silver key became a cherished emblem of hope, a reminder that through understanding and love, barriers could be dismantled. The family learned that listening transcended merely hearing words. It was about embracing each other's essence and nurturing connections that would endure a lifetime. As the story unfolds, it becomes evident that the most profound transformations often emerge from the most unexpected places. Clara's unwavering belief in the triplets shone as a beacon of light, guiding the family toward a brighter future. What do you think drives someone to believe so deeply in another's potential? This tale serves as a gentle reminder that compassion, patience, and a willingness to listen can unlock the most meaningful connections even when faced with adversity. In closing, we reflect on the idea that every child deserves to have their voice heard, and every caregiver possesses the power to make that happen. So the next time you encounter someone who seems different, take a moment to listen. You might discover a world of possibilities waiting to be unlocked. As Clara continued to explore unconventional methods, the atmosphere within the mansion began to shift dramatically. The once muted echoes of despair transformed into a tentative sense of hope. Clara, now fully committed to nurturing the triplets' potential, employed techniques that diverged from the traditional approaches that had previously let them down. It wasn't merely about teaching the children to communicate, it was about creating a bridge of understanding between them and the world around them. Have you ever sensed that there's a different way to connect with someone even when words fail? This very sentiment became the cornerstone of Clara's approach. She introduced the triplets to a realm where communication transcended spoken language. Through gestures, visual aids, and imaginative play, Clara began to unlock doors that had long been closed. The silver key, an heirloom that had once seemed like a mere decoration, transformed into a powerful symbol of the potential that lay within the triplets. It was as if this key held the promise of opening new realms of connection, reminding everyone involved that communication could take many forms, each more beautiful and profound than the last. What if the key to understanding was not hidden in spoken language, but rather in the shared moments of joy, creativity, and imagination? Clara's journey was just beginning, and with each passing day, she uncovered new ways to inspire the triplets, showing them that their voices mattered, that their stories were worth telling, and that together they could create a symphony of connection that would resonate far beyond the walls of their mansion. As Clara continued her journey with the triplets, she discovered that communication is not solely defined by words. Instead, it blossomed in the shared laughter, the meaningful glances, and the quiet moments of togetherness. As days turned into weeks, her efforts began to bear fruit in ways that astounded their parents. The triplets started to respond to Clara, laughing and even creating their own signs to express their needs and emotions. This development was not simply a breakthrough, it was a revelation that transformed the dynamics within the family. The parents, initially skeptical, found themselves captivated by this new world of connection. They witnessed the sheer joy their children experienced in expressing themselves, free from the constraints of verbal language. Can you imagine the joy of seeing your child find their voice in entirely unexpected ways? However, this journey was not without its challenges. Mr. Hastings, the butler, often represented the voice of tradition and caution within the grand mansion. He raised concerns about Clara's unconventional methods, questioning whether they strayed too far from established practices. "What if this approach leads to confusion?" he would ask, his brow knitted in worry. But Clara remained steadfast in her belief. She recognized that the conventional wisdom they had adhered to for so long was rooted in fear rather than genuine understanding. It was a classic example of how systems can fail to recognize the unique needs of individuals. Have you ever felt the pressure to conform to traditional expectations, even when you sensed there could be a better path forward? One particularly poignant moment arose when Clara decided to organize a small gathering, inviting the parents to witness the triplets' progress firsthand. The mansion, once echoing with silence, buzzed with excitement as families arrived. As the triplets engaged in a playful demonstration of their newfound communication skills, the atmosphere shifted dramatically. The parents watched with hearts swelling with pride and disbelief. The children were not merely participating, they were thriving. Clara's heart raced as she realized that this was the moment they had all been waiting for. The impossible was becoming possible right before their eyes. The scene was electric, alive with laughter and warmth. The triplets danced around the room, using their signs and gestures to convey their joy. It was a language of the heart, transcending the limitations of sound. Clara could see the parents' skepticism begin to dissolve, replaced by a dawning recognition that their children were capable of so much more than they had ever believed. This was not just a breakthrough in communication, it was a profound shift in perspective. What if we all took a moment to consider the potential that lies within those we might underestimate? As the gathering unfolded, Clara seized the opportunity to address the parents. "What you are witnessing today is just the beginning," she stated, her voice steady and filled with conviction. "Your children are capable of so much more than we ever imagined. They simply need us to listen and adapt our understanding." This heartfelt plea resonated in the air, challenging the parents to confront their own biases and fears. The realization that these children, often seen as silent, were indeed speaking volumes through their actions was transformative. In the days that followed, the parents began embracing Clara's approach, shedding their reservations and actively engaging with the triplets. They learned to communicate through touch, shared glances, and the simple act of being present. The mansion, once a place of isolation, now thrived as a vibrant space filled with laughter and connection. This evolution was not merely about the children finding their voice, it was about the entire family learning to listen in new ways. Have you ever experienced a change in your relationships simply because you chose to listen more deeply? As months passed, the family became a living testament to the power of unconventional methods. Clara's influence extended beyond the triplets. It transformed the parents as well. The mother, once engulfed in despair, began embracing a new role as an advocate for her children. She attended workshops, seeking knowledge about alternative therapies and approaches to communication, mirroring her children's journey filled with discovery and growth. The silver key, once just a symbol of hope, evolved into a reminder that understanding often requires a willingness to step outside the boundaries of tradition. Clara's methods had opened new doors, not just for the triplets, but for the entire family. They learned that listening is not merely about hearing words, it's about tuning into the emotions and needs that lie beneath the surface. In this newfound dynamic, the mansion thrived, echoing with sounds of joy, discovery, and connection. As the story neared its conclusion, the family stood united, a testament to the resilience of love and the power of unconventional thinking. The triplets, who had once been viewed through a lens of limitation, were now celebrated for their unique voices. The moral of this journey resonates deeply. When we choose to listen, adapt, and embrace the unconventional, we unlock the potential for profound connections. In a world filled with barriers, perhaps the greatest gift we can offer ourselves and others is simply to listen with open hearts. If this reflection has touched you, we invite you to share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more stories that explore the beauty of connection and understanding in our lives. In the heart of a once quiet mansion, the journey of a billionaire couple and their triplets, born unable to hear and speak, unfolds in profound ways that challenge the very essence of communication and connection. The initial shock of their children's disabilities enveloped the family in despair, where echoes of silence felt like an insurmountable barrier. Yet, amidst this turmoil, Clara, the compassionate nanny, began to weave a different narrative. Her dedication and unwavering belief in the triplets' potential illuminated a path previously obscured by fear and misunderstanding. The symbolic silver key served not only as a connection to hope, but as a reminder that sometimes the most transformative solutions lie in the unconventional. Clara nurtured the triplets, helping them grow in ways that everyone had once thought impossible. As Clara's bond with the triplets deepened, the mansion evolved from a place of isolation into a sanctuary brimming with possibility. Each small victory in their communication became a testament to the transformative power of patience and love, highlighting the contrast between the family's earlier struggles and the blossoming opportunities for growth. The tension between traditional expectations and Clara's innovative methods wove a rich tapestry of both resistance and resolve, reflecting the challenges many families face when navigating the unknown. The remarkable breakthrough, a tactile intervention with the silver key, was not just a moment of success. It shattered the silence that had confined the triplets, allowing them to express themselves in ways that transcended mere words. Through heartfelt interactions, the parents began to confront their own fears, discovering the incredible depth of their children's capabilities. This pivotal moment marked the dawn of a new chapter in their lives, where understanding replaced frustration and empathy flourished in the warmth of acceptance. The subsequent public acknowledgement became a powerful moment of redemption, as the family recognized Clara's invaluable contributions, restoring her dignity and underscoring the importance of collaboration in overcoming adversity. The mansion, once cold and unwelcoming, now resonated with warmth and love, embodying the family's transformation as they embraced a future rich with hope and empathy. This poignant journey serves as a profound reminder that the art of truly listening can unlock the deepest connections between us. The silver key, now a cherished symbol, encapsulates the essence of hope and the beauty of nurturing relationships, even amid challenges. As we reflect on this inspiring story, let us carry forward the lesson that our greatest gifts often emerge from the most unexpected places, encouraging us to approach life with open hearts and minds. We invite you to ponder how these insights resonate in your own life and how you might foster understanding and compassion in your relationships. Ultimately, the morale of this tale resonates deeply. In a world that can sometimes feel disconnected, the power of care and attention can bridge any divide, creating a legacy of love that echoes through generations.